tonight. Mercato is crazy tonight. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la. Mercato is crazy. Ah, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy. Ah, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight. Mercato is crazy tonight. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la.
Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you are all doing well. Yesterday we took here at least a day off, and it was actually a crazy day of news. Yesterday it was one news after the other. Gabriel Jesus, Sorloth, Juan Jesus to Sporting, Thiago Gabriel not anymore in the list of Juve. We heard so many things yesterday. Of course, the huge big one of Dusan Vlahovic out. Attenzione, because it starts again to be a normal temperature, which means that we start again with a hot like the Mercato. It's hot. Yesterday was a crazy day in terms of news. What was the news of yesterday that made you go a bit crazy, that you said, wow, that was a big one? That is the news of the day of yesterday. Vlahovic, Sorloth, Gabriel Jesus, again, Juve on it. What other names did we have? Gonzalo Garcias with an attempt of Como. There were a lot of things. Palestra, hijack. Bravo. Hijack of Palestra. We can speak about it today. That's a good one. Even if you watched the video of today, you probably you probably already know what the answer is. A lot of people Palestra. Here is the light. The light is back, guys. A lot of news. Okay, now I will. Cambiaso, Barcellona. Bravo. Ciao Beppe, buongiorno. GFB Paris. I don't think we need to discuss Palestra, says Anthony Schifano. Palestra so good, but we don't need him. But yeah, actually it's crazy enough to say that it's probably the player that you need the least. Can we say it like that? Except of course if you sell him. I'm Juve Ball. I changed my name. You went for Paris. Okay, I will ask you a question. Answer is yes or no. As easy as that. And then I will tell you. Were you expecting, but honestly, after Dusan Vlahovic yesterday, were you expecting that many news? Because yesterday it was really one after the other. Boom, 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 boom. Were you expecting that many news? In, out, good, bad? Were you expecting them? Tell me. Yes or no? Yes, says no name. No for Igor. Yes. No. Yes. No. Jacob. Svenazzo Pardi. No. Yes for Stavros. Yes, but they are fake news. Camoranesi 74. I think that I know who is Camoranesi 74. I think that I know it's another user that changed his name in the meanwhile. I thought a lot about it and I came to a conclusion. I think I know who he is. But I don't know if I can reveal my thoughts because maybe I'm wrong, but I think I know who is Camoranesi in terms of writing style and these kind of things. Undercover, I think I know. Camoranesi, were you writing under another name? We will play a game with Camoranesi and then I will tell you what I think about the news. Camoranesi, were you writing under another name before? Yes or no? I'm waiting for the delay for the answer because it will be a yes or no. It would be, you know, like the game that you play, like who is it, you know? Yes. Camoranesi 74. Are you a really long time Juve supporter? Yes or no? Wait. Since 86. Camoranesi, do you live in Europe? Yeah. Look. Wait. I think I know. Do you live in Europe? Camoranesi 74. Legend is saying Beppe and Camoranesi should find a room. Yes. North of you. That was my other question. So I will be a bit more straightforward. Camoranesi 74. Do you live in Denmark? It's my last question before I reveal your name to everyone. Do you live in Denmark? Mikkel. Oh, Mikkel. Camoranesi, are you Mikkel? Mamma mia. I'm the goat. Guys, I challenge you to find a content creator that is that close to his fan base, no, to the community, let's call it community, that close to the community that is able, even with a change of name, to know who is the person, because the writing style, because the comments, because guys, no, it's here. I promise you. People are saying it's impressive. No, but guys, might not be handsome, but mamma mia, what am I smart. Anyway, that being said, I tell you now, after you, of course, putting a maximum of likes, Inspector, I should have been Inspector. The Mentalist, you know, the Mentalist. So I tell you now why yesterday they were so. I thought we had a secret. No, it's a secret. But I know it's since long time. Huh? I didn't say it first, but I needed a bit more evidences because you know that you have one shot. Huh? Now, why were there so many news yesterday, one after the other? It's quite easy because this is how media works. Yesterday we had a huge big. Yesterday we had the huge big news, a fact that all the journalists reported around the world, and it was Juve and Dusan Vlahovic. It is over, right? So it's a big news. It's one that is important. After 4 years and a half, it's the most paid player of Serie A that decides to go away. So the Juventini, they were all there looking for, even if they know the information, they were looking for information, inside information, the retro stories, the back stories. They want to know everything, which means that actually what is happening, you're all there online, on televisions, you're looking, you're searching for information, and the journalists, they know that, okay, it's the moment. Like, for example, you are a fisherman, and you want to fish in your boat and there is nobody, and then you stop. But from the moment that you know that there are a lot of fishes, what do? Multiple times. If you can, you even put a lot of them in the meanwhile, because you know that they are all there. And that's why yesterday they went out with a raffle. Boom, 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 boom. Even some news that made totally no sense, whatever. As long as it was linked to Juve, because that's the moment for clicks. Because, let's say, an Inter fan, even if they are jealous, even if we don't win, even if we are in a banter era, how you want to call it, they will not necessarily click on a stupid news of Juve. But Inter is a bad example. Let's say Roma fans, they will not click on Juve news, not necessarily. When you have all the Juventini that are there, it's the moment to put it. That's why I was not surprised that yesterday there were a lot of news about Juve. Correct, wrong, Camaranesi, Mikel said earlier, Beppe. They are fake. I don't know if it's fake, but no. But every time that we go live, the car is going with the alarm. Every single time that yesterday we were not live, there were no alarm on the car. God, so I think it's one of the neighbors. He knows when I start the live, and he put the alarm of the car. You hear the alarm, or am I the only one that is hearing the alarm? Seeing Dusan Vlahovic dancing on the alarm of the car is one of the most beautiful things that ever happened on this live. I can tell you, this is moments and skills of the channel. Dusan dancing on the alarm. You want to see it again? Oh. Where is he? Why is he doing? Best moments and goal of Dusan Vlahovic. I will close the window because like this I cannot concentrate. Die. I still hear a bit, but now it's okay. Calcio TC5 makes the live more serious. I don't get it. You want me to make the live more serious, or the alarm makes it a dramatic tone to the live? Tell me, But we just started. We are here for the evening. We will follow all the news step by step. We'll come back on the news of yesterday. We have a big agenda, I must say. We have a big agenda with the last news is the one of Douglas Luiz that could potentially stay at Juve or receive a test, and then we need to start scratching some players, keeping some players. I give you all the updates about Gabriel Jesus, Mauro Icardi, Gonzalo Garcia, Rondal Kolo Muani, and Alexander Sorloth. There are a lot of things to say. Today. Buongiorno Alessio. Buonasera. Allora, wanted to expand more my content, not Juve only. You see, that's the problem with the youth today. Loyalty. Are any real chances for Gonzalo Garcia? Allora, what do we start with? Do we start with Vlahovic, with the strikers, with the words of Vlahovic? Do you want to start with Goretzka? Do you want to tell me? Hatch video on the three strikers was excellent. I didn't watch it yesterday when it was official for Dusan Vlahovic. I sent him a message on WhatsApp. I said GJustjuve 1 #0. That's what I sent to him for and then I said also to him GJustjuve 2 #0 because I also told him about Leao. Allora, 5% says no name. I don't know. I just watched half of the video today. I am watching it now. Give me 5 minutes. We need Haj here again. Yeah, but I don't know. He's a bit busy, I think. But no, Leao will not come to Juve. And hopefully nobody will ever think about that. But no, he will not come to Juve. He will not come to Juve. Buongiorno, buonasera, Sasha, that was complaining because she said, but you're starting the live a bit late, a bit too late, a bit too late. And I'm already sleeping. Today she made it. Allora, we start, look, you know what, we will start with the last one, in chronology. The chronology says that the last news comes from Telegram, reported by from Matteo Moretto. Aston Villa decided not to exercise the option to buy for Douglas Luiz, meaning he will make his return to Juve. The Juve management is seriously considering testing the player under the command of Spalletti. The objective of the evaluation is to determine whether the player can fit into the coach's plans and be revalued for the team. Because of this, the definitive departure from Juventus is still not 100% granted. Matteo Moretto on his YouTube channel. Allora, and that's the last news. Today I heard about another big name linked to Juve from the midfield, and it is Goretzka. So we have an important point here to make. The point that I want to make is that I know that the striker is a priority, especially now with Dusan that is not there anymore. I know that Jonathan David, if Spalletti stays, he will not see the field anymore. That Openda will go on loan. That Milik will leave. And we have 0 strikers. So, of course, the striker is a priority. I know as well that the goalkeeper is a priority, but we are, at the moment, forgetting another important role, and it's our midfield. If you're looking at the midfield 25-26 of Juve, it consists of 2 men, Locatelli, Kefren Thuram, with Weston McKennie that can potentially play in that position, but because he's the jolly and needs to play on the right side as a left back, as a center attacking midfielder, whatever role, usually, or at least this season, we saw him like 2 games, 3 games maximum in that real pure midfield role, in that 2-man midfield. And I must say that in that role, he didn't really convince me, even if that should be his role of origin. And today we are more or less forgetting about a midfielder. We don't hear names. Until today, we didn't hear names of midfielders. We heard about Bernardo Silva, that is not really a substitute of Locatelli or Thuram, but we didn't hear anymore. I remember that before January, when it was December, November, we were speaking here about a lot of midfielders. Kessie, that today is playing, for example, against France, that I don't know if you watch it or not, Kessie, he was knocking the referee. Maybe we need Kessie. Look, when I was watching Kessie going all in against the referee that stopped the game for 3 minutes because he was a bit dizzy, I was saying, if Kessie is free, maybe we should go for him. Would be nice to have one like that is going in duel against the referee. But jokes aside, we're speaking that much about midfielders in January. We're speaking a bit about Stiller continuously. Yeah, it started a bit with Stiller, that disappeared as well. Fabian Ruiz, we spoke a bit about him. It was like 2 days and then it was gone. We don't really speak about midfielders, which is to me a bit strange because Thuram didn't perform really well this season. On top of that, Koopmeiners, what can we say about Koopmeiners, ragazzi? And there was nobody. Goretzka has been a name that has been offered to Juve. And now apparently contacts are starting again for Goretzka. Mo is reporting the words of Gazzetta dello Sport, and they're telling us Goretzka futures is back up for discussion. The agent has re-established contacts with several interested clubs, including Juve. However, without Champions League revenues, they struggle to guarantee the requested salary of 6 or 7 million euro plus bonus. Furthermore, the priorities are a goalkeeper and a center forward. The club has not closed the door, but they are taking their time. If he is still a free agent and lowers his demands after the main squad gaps have been filled, he can be re-evaluated. There is no time to re-evaluate for a player like Goretzka. I will give you my opinion, and then we speak about Douglas Luiz. That you want to park some names, I can understand it. That you want to complete the team first before taking a decision about some players, I can understand it. Why not? A young promise, an old player to fulfill a position where, unfortunately, because you have spent so much money, you have no budget anymore, and that's the only position that you need. And you say, you know what? Why not? You already have like 2 strikers. You said, you know what? I want to add a third one. I can understand that you park. You don't need to do necessarily everything in the first week of Mercato. But for a player like Goretzka, it's not correct. It's not the correct decision to me. For what? Because he's a player that is asking, and we know it, we spoke about it, and that's also one of the reasons why I said I don't want Goretzka. It's a player that since a few weeks now, the agents are doing the tour of Italy. Looks like they are going with Il Giro d'Italia, like Gazzetta dello Sport is sponsoring the bicycle race around Italy. They are doing Il Tour, Il Giro d'Italia with a billboard. Sign me, the first one that is offering 7 million euro, I join you. And I have already, in terms of principles, a problem with that. Not that the player is forced to be exclusivity. I just want to join Juve and that's it. No, but the player with the mentality, I don't care where I will play. If it's La Liga, it's La Liga. If it's Serie A, it's Serie A. If it's Liga or Premier League, I don't like. But if it's Liga, whatever, I go. And if it's the north of Italy, the south of Italy, one that is competing for a Scudetto or for Champions League, as long as you give me 7 million euro, I come. Like Senesi, for example. And then in my eyes, this is already something that you say, no. Oh, attenzione. If you are convinced that this is the player that you need, that Beppe likes him, that the community likes him, or who cares? If this is the player that you believe in, but then it's a player that you already should have said to him, yes, because we are speaking about an important player in terms of salary request. He's asking for 6-7 million euro, which means equal to the most paid player of Juve. You cannot deal with a player that will be, in theory, your most paid player or your equal most paid player. You cannot deal with him like, you know what, we will try to fill the team. If not, we come back on you. And no, this is wrong. If the reports of course, pay attention, in Mercato, you always go with the golden rule. If the report are true, because they can write whatever they want. It's not because they're writing it that it's 100% correct. But I'm just going with that starting point. If you like Goretzka, if you believe that Goretzka is the one that is the undubious starter, the one that will raise your team, you go. You tell him, look, we can give you 5. I want 7. Right, let's find a deal. 6 million euro. We give you a bonus, and you enter. And Goretzka, that is a free transfer, is there. Will he go to the World Cup or not, Goretzka? I don't think so. I'm not sure. Maybe yes. Yeah, probably yes. Yeah? Do you know that? By the way, Transfer Market, they added that option, I think, that the World Cup players, they have that small little tag. Player World Cup. Yes, he goes. So, go for him. Punto, basta. You go for him. If you believe in him, if you think that he's the man, you go for him and punto. To me, that's it. Otherwise, it makes no true. It makes no sense. Then, if you're speaking about the player himself, he has been a really great player, but it's a player of 31, which is not really old. That is, at today, a bench player in a Bundesliga, more or less. He played 74% of the game, which is still a lot, but it's not anymore the number one choice of the coach. He's a player that from when he starts to track back, and that's for a midfielder never a good news. When a midfielder starts to track back, when he starts to be a bit older, it's not for a choice because he's stronger behind. No, it's because they start to be a bit slower. They don't have the same pace. They don't have the same strength. They don't have the same reaction time, and then they pay attention. No. From injury list is good. Yeah, I know. But it's not a bad player. Oh, far from me telling you he is a bad player, because he's not a bad player. He is a good player. Then is he the one that 7 million euro? I don't know. But that's my opinion. I think that the beautiful days of Goretzka are more behind him than in front of him. To me. Now, Douglas Luiz, that I have sponsored him so much 2 years ago. Douglas Luiz. If you tell me the player of 2 years ago, I tell you give him a chance, no? If you tell me it's a player that failed at Juve the first year and he wants to receive a second year, I tell you, but you know what? If you give up immediately for everyone at the first year, sometimes it's a problem with the coach. Sometimes, it's the environment that didn't work. Sometimes it's this, sometimes it's that. You know what? Let's give him a chance. The problem is that it was environment, the coach, the injuries. And on top of that no fighting will. I've seen a Douglas Luiz that in moments of difficulty was extremely fast in taking la bandiera bianca, the white banner. Yeah, bravo, Camoranesi. He gave up on himself. This is to me the most negative point of Douglas Luiz, to me. If you tell me, Beppe, what is the main reason why you don't take Douglas Luiz? This is the point. He gave up on himself. If you give up on yourself when you are at a club like Juve, in the moments of difficulties, why do I think that he will be the one that will not give up on my team? You know what I mean? Then he goes at Nottingham, and we don't see that evolution of the player that is back. Saying, okay, I went out of a toxic environment. I went out of it. I go back in my comfort zone in the league where I was shining. And no, after 6 months, he goes to the most comfortable zone that he was in. Emery, the club, Aston Villa. There were nobody next to him he had a starting spot in a lot of games. But it's not that he did champagne performance. You know what I mean? So having him back at Juve, it's your player. Nobody came with an offer. So I understand when we are saying in our Telegram group, when Matteo Moretto is saying, look, where is it? Here. When Matteo Moretto is saying, Aston Villa didn't take the buy option. Juve is seriously considering testing the player under the command of Spalletti. You don't have to decide. You know what I mean? He is there. He will be there. He doesn't go to the World Cup, so it's a player that will be... He doesn't come from an injury, so it's a player that will be picobello on the... When did we say the date? I don't remember. Was it the 3rd or the 13th? 13th of July, the first... reassembling, or am I wrong? I said it in the video 2 days ago. Let me check. On the 3rd, habemos data. Wait, no, it was on the 2nd that I said it. Mamma mia, what an archive, Beppe. But Jacob is faster than me because he already confirms it's the 13th. Bravo, bravo. It is indeed the 13th, as you can see here in that article from La Gazzetta. The 13th is the day. Bravo, Jacob. So he will be fresh, clean, but he's your player. Do I believe that he will do well? No, honestly, no. I don't believe so. Because of that surrender behavior, because of the fact that he gave up on himself extremely fast. And that's why I'm telling you, boo, I don't know. Then, does he have the characteristic that Spalletti can request? Yeah. Technicity, yeah, because it's a good player. We saw him also in certain games, having that ball control, never being really under pressure and these things. So he has some qualities. Don't think that he has no qualities. But I would pay attention to the story, the narrative that is told to us. Then, how much do we need? How much do we need, guys, in terms of midfielders? How many midfielders do we need? If Thuram stays, if Locatelli stays, Cope is gone, how many midfielders do you need? At least, to me, at least 2. And I'm not even speaking about an offensive midfielder. I'm speaking about real midfielders, at least 2. If you tell me, Beppe, we invest on one midfielder with some characteristics, and instead of loaning out Douglas Luiz, that we will loan out, we will not win a lot of money, we want to give him a chance. If he convinced the coach at the beginning of the season, let's do it. Oh, maybe it's an asset for us, but at today, I am not convinced that you reinforce your team with one that missed out on giving up on himself, didn't show that he was back on track in Premier League, and another one that is asking on a billboard, give me 7 million and I go to you. So if these are the starting points of the 2 reinforcements for our midfield, I don't think that we solved a lot of things. That's my honest opinion about that. No? Gianni, grazie mon ami. 2 years, 24 months. The names are so depressing, Beppe. Bring me Osimhen. Osimhen. I still don't understand. Yesterday again, I was live on Juventus because for this season we will do a small change for this summer season. So usually, because of course it can change, but we will do the lives on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. So 5 days. Not on Friday, because usually that's the day where I want to spend a bit of time with my family. Of course, if there are big news, we go live, but 5 days. But I want to do on Monday a short live from 10 p.m. Italian time to 10:50, so 50 minutes, 50 minutes. And the day after, on Tuesday, we go with the long live, starting at 11 p.m. and we go until we have nothing anymore to stay. The Wednesday, we go with a short live, 45 minutes. Thursday, long live. Sunday as well, long live. That's a bit how I want to do it. But yesterday I was with someone on Juventus for a mezzanotte mercato, so midnight mercato, where he was asking, we should go for Osimhen, we should go for Osimhen, we should go for Osimhen. Bravo, Osimhen. I like Osimhen, but there is a clause. We cannot go for Osimhen. There is no way that we go for Osimhen. Attenzione! Attenzione! "26 minutes. And we have it. Juventus. Atletico Madrid opens to the sale of Sorloth. Calma. Spalletti said yes. Go and deal with the club. We have two important messages here. Three. One hidden, and two that are said. What is the first? What is the first? That we are finally speaking with a club. No? Because we saw what happened with Alisson. You have the signature of a player on a pre-contract, which means nothing, but you have the signature, and then Liverpool say, no, we don't want. So, here we start speaking with the club. Uno. That doesn't mean that Atletico Madrid will say yes, but they open to the sale of their player. Uno. Two. That Spalletti agrees. I had absolutely no doubt that Spalletti will agree with that deal. Why? Because, and don't get me wrong, but at today, on the 4th of June, I'm telling you that Sorloth is the Vlahovic from Temu. I've seen some comms, guys, today, the highlights and skills comms from season 25-26. So the best moments, the pinnacle, the top. It's like your wedding day. At your wedding day, usually, you should be at the best of your life. There is no better than your wedding day, here in your mind. You are at the top, you have the beautiful suit, you look with a beautiful smile, you trained before to look in shape, you are at the top of the top, that the people are saying, Mamma mia, look at how handsome he is. It's the top of the top. And that's actually a highlight and skills video. I always compare it like that. I watched it with extreme seriousness and analytics. I've seen Dusan Vlahovic. I tell you the truth. I've seen Dusan Vlahovic. The same ball control. A bit better with the headers. No, much better with the headers. But I've seen Dusan Vlahovic. The control, you know what was impressive, and Camoranesi watched as well, so he can confirm or not. There are some moments where he goes in, because the ball goes into the depth, in the space. A typical Dusan Vlahovic Villarreal goal. You remember? He goes and then he starts to carry that ball. There is a moment of slowing down. There is a moment of slowing down. I don't want to slow down. I want that you go fast. There are two things where it's different than Vlahovic. The headers, boom. And the second thing is that physicality. He's a beast. That has to be said. But I've seen him missing so many taps. It's the coordination of the body. It's like everything is so robotic. It's like, wait, I need to put myself good, Then the mentality of Sorloth, I tell you, I don't know him well enough. So this is something, unfortunately, I cannot tell you today. Yes, he is like that, or no, he's not like that. I don't know. But on the other side, this is what Spalletti is asking for. No? Spalletti is asking for someone that is with the same characteristics. So I'm not surprised. He wanted Dusan Vlahovic. Dusan Vlahovic cannot be signed. And then he go for the other version of Vlahovic. I saw Vlahovic today. The salary, of course, is different, but he's also 30. You need to put into your mind that if he's doing well, good. If it's doing bad, you don't sell Sorloth anymore. He will come from a year of World Cup, and I predict that Norway could play some games. You know that these kind of big, tall players, 196, the time that they come, they need a bit after 3 weeks of rest. They need a bit again to be oiled, to become a bit smooth. If he fails, because what do we do? If Spalletti leaves in September, what do we do? We have a what do we do? We have a player that nobody except Spalletti wanted. So I have my big doubts about Sorloth. But apparently, so I told you the first message. First message is we speak with the club, which is good. 2, Spalletti says yes, but I had no doubt. The third hidden, and this time it's a hidden message, is yesterday and this morning I was telling you Juventus will speak with Atletico Madrid if there is the yes of the player, which means that if today we are speaking with the club, the yes of the player arrived. Are you happy that Sorloth is a name? We need 2 at least there, but he is a name. The details, and then I will continue to read the messages of Bader, Nasser, Westerman, Aman, and Lorenzo. The details, if they are. The deal, or the negotiations between Juve and Atletico Madrid for Alexander Sorloth is starting to be hot. The newness is that the Colchoneros have opened for the sale of their 95-born striker. Another step in favor after starting the contacts with the entourage of the player in favor of Juve. The Norwegian has also a salary that is more at the parameters of Juve because he earns 6 million euro gross, which is 3 million euro net. The contacts continue also because Luciano Spalletti gave his okay to the deal. And Sorloth is there. I must say, guys, that I have still here my little slide, call it like that, where I need to put again another plus on the column Comoli. No? Or no? What is the first plus that I've put on Comoli? It's the timing. Timing of taking a decision on Dusan Vlahovic. That it was a yes or a no. Hallelujah. Grazie a Dio. Thank you, God of football. We took a decision on the 3rd of June. Immediately. We could have waited until the 30th of June. Grazie. Per fortuna. Luckily, Damien Comoli said, basta. We take a decision. Yes or no. I didn't want another month to speak about and what will he do, and will he stay, and will he not stay, and maybe he will leave, and maybe he will maybe not leave, and maybe we want to go a bit more closer to him, and a step further, and a step in the back, and a step on the left, and a step on the right, and a step on the left, and a step on the right. Cha-cha, boom, ba-da-boom, boom, boom, ba-da-boom. Basta! You take a decision. You take a decision. You cannot every time, oh, no. And that's already a plus point. Another plus point is, on the 3rd, you have Dusan Vlahovic. Ciao. And on the 4th, you are close to here. You are close to bringing, or at least starting, the negotiation, not only with the player because you already anticipated, but also with the club. That I like the player or that I don't like the player. Who cares about that? The thing is, in timing, I put 2 pluses. Bravo. Let me read a bit of your message and then we continue. And also I can launch, if you want, I can launch a poll. And guys, you want a poll? I can launch a poll. Wait. Let me launch the poll. About Sorloth. Ah, thank you, Anton. At least one that saw my little dance. I thought it was funny. Allora. Start the poll. Is Sorloth the correct 1-on-2? What do I mean with 1-on-2? It's one of the 2 strikers, no? Then we don't know who will be the second one. Is Sorloth the correct 1-on-2? Yes or no? And I see that you are already starting to vote. We don't know who is the second one. It could be Kolo Muani that we will speak about. It could be Gonzalo Garcia. Could be Mauro Icardi. Could be Pellegrino from Parma. Could be a lot of people. Could be a lot of people. We will speak about them. Of course, we will speak about them a bit later in today's video. So, in the meanwhile, let me say thank you while you are voting. Let me say thank you to Bogdan that said 5 membership offer to all the community. He said for the GJustjuve community. Grazie Bogdan, really appreciate it. 55 months for Aman, grande Aman with the 2 beautiful hearts. Thank you Lorenzo, ciao Beppe. Thank you as always for your content. No, thank you to you, 19 months as a member. Thank you to Baderna Ser, 33 mesi, 33 months, Forza Juve. This will be a crazy mercato. It will be an exhausting mercato. It will be an exhausting mercato. It's always crazy. Good, bad, but it will be an exhausting mercato. Westerman, thank you, my friend. In your opinion, how many players in and out before the 13th of July? Ah, okay. Now I was thinking, what is happening on the 13th of July? But actually, it's the start of the season. I mean, the first day that we will be back in La Continassa. But it looks like there is a will to accelerate. And you will be able to accelerate until a certain limit. Then it will depend on your sales. I'm expecting at least 2 at least 3 players out. 1 really fast means this month, and 2 that can follow, if not 2 already this month. That's the first step. That's difficult. It depends on who you sell. It depends on, are the players participating to the World Cup or not? It's easier to deal for a player that is at home, an Italian player, Bernasconi. It's easier. Well, easier, no, because it's from Atalanta, so it's never easy. Jan, if you say one more time Chiesa, I sent you, you know where? In Liverpool. I will come and I will bring you in Liverpool so that you can support Chiesa. It's over. Basta with Chiesa, ma basta. How? I don't understand some people. You know, I don't understand. Mamma mia. How people, they went back with the music videos on TikTok, on Instagram, with Paulo Dybala on the middle of the ground, with Dusan Vlahovic, end of an era. But thank you, please, it's an end of an era. Make it happen that it's an end of an era. I can't live anymore in that era. The era of being sixth. But please, make it happen that it's the end of an era. It's 6 years that we are in that era. Mamma mia. Grazie Dusan, merci beaucoup, David, and you are the best, and we didn't deserve you. Ma what do you deserve you? Ma basta, get over it. Oh, and the picture barefoot like this, Dybala like that, he was crying on. Ma basta, get over it. End of an era, you meant so much for us, and thank you for the help. Oh. 195 million euro we have spent on Dusan Vlahovic. Basta, accept and get over it. Mamma mia. But guys, please, open your eyes. Federico Chiesa is not a player of football anymore. He's collecting Pokemon cards, and that's good. Let him collect Pokemon cards. Guys, it's sad because it is because of an injury. He was a fantastic player, but it's a player that delivered it's a one-season wonder, Federico Chiesa. It's a one-season wonder at Juve and in La Nazionale, grazie, and then it was over. He goes to Liverpool, he's never playing, he's happy. On top of being finished physically, and hopefully, that's what I wish to him, that he goes back to his track, to his level, even better, that he bangs 50 goals. I hope so. But on top of that, he's also a player that, from a personal point of view, ragazzi, oh no, I don't go to La Nazionale. Oh, he said no to La Nazionale. Dybala is a finished player. He is a finished player that is a magnific, a splendid, finished player. Can we accept it and can we move on? If Dusan Vlahovic next season at Atletico Madrid No, I cannot yet say the stories of Chiesa. I need to wait. How much? I think still 5 years. Yeah, you have a good memory, Jan. Vlahovic next season at Atletico Madrid or at Galatasaray, when he will score 50 goals a season, good for him, but nobody guarantees you that he would have done that with Juve. By the way, we gave him 4 years and a half to do it, and he didn't. So it's not because he will do better that this will re-evaluate what he did at Juve. That's the pure reality. So we move on. But do you understand my theory? I understand that. I understand nostalgia, because at the end we are supporters. We love our players. These are the players that made us fall in love with football. They gave us emotions. The first emotions you never forget. It's like your first love. She's probably the most ugly girl on earth, but in your eyes it's the most beautiful one. You will never forget her. And when you will look in your memory about her, you will think about her. Mamma mia, she was beautiful. She was nice. she was great. You will never forget your first kiss, your first. You don't forget. But mamma mia, if you are honest, she was ugly. Huh? Mamma mia, she was ugly. It's the reality. It's the AJ thing. Who made who did Vlahovic make fall in love in football? Kenan Yildiz, he scores, he's doing the star. He's doing the star. I have my own star. I don't think that it's because I cannot do it. He does the star. That's my star. Okay? He's doing the star. The entire world is doing the star. Dusan Vlahovic, it's already 3 years that he's putting that sleeve a la NBA. Who's putting the sleeve? Nobody. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's the reality, guys. Wake up. Wake up. Alors, merci mon ami Driss. Je n'ai jamais été fan de Vlahovic, un attaquant qui ne sait pas contrôler un ballon. La Juve a fait beaucoup de sacrifices pour ce mercenaire. Driss is going quite hard. Driss, you understand English, right? Oh, yeah, of course, you live in Canada. He's saying, I've never been a fan of Dusan Vlahovic. A striker that cannot control a ball. Juve has done a lot of sacrifices for him. For that mercenary. So it's a big one, huh? The comment of Driss. There are some, today I was reading a few comments from people, and some people were saying that loyalty bonus was activated, how long that he stayed. From the moment that there was no loyalty bonus anymore to take, he left. No? He left. And that's the reality. Look, guys, I made a tweet. Michele De Blasis. David De Gea is the pole position name for the goal of Juve. There were no recent contacts, but in the next day, there will be un avvicinamento. They will try to get a bit closer to him to have the yes of the goalkeeper. So, David De Gea is the name leading the race for the Juventus goal. There have been no recent contacts, but in the coming days, an approach to the player is expected to secure his yes. Now, with all the respect to my friend Michele De Blasis, because I like Michele De Blasis, there were no recent approach, but he's the favorite. He's leading the race. It's strange, no? How is it possible, guys? With all the it can be, huh? It can be that Juve someone called Mikel and they said, you know what? Don't tell the player, don't tell De Gea, but he's leading the race, and soon don't tell him. Soon we will go, and we'll try. Can be, huh? Can be. No. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because I'm in a denial. I'm in a denial phase. I don't want to accept it. Maybe that's the why. De Gea. I'm not even against De Gea. But as a second goalkeeper that comes on a free, you know what I mean? He's 35. He's 35, guys. It's not a problem, huh? That he's 35. But and you need to pay him to Fiorentina. They want to cash in after what they did for Rugani. No. Allora, De Gea, yes, as a second goalkeeper on a maximum of 5 million euro. But not is leading the race because we said no, because here you can see it, huh? No to Vicario and no to Dibu Martinez. No. But De Gea is not a bad guy. No. The good thing in all of that is that there is a no to Vicario. That's already a good thing. I tell you, I would even swallow De Gea 1 year as the number one, waiting for Defara. I would even digest and swallow and accept it as long as you don't bring me Vicario. Because Vicario would be a Di Gregorio 2.0 that you again put a lot of money on, that you build the future, and that will fail. And that will fail. So no. Vicario, no. Vicario, no. I have promised to give money to Fiorentina, but no. Darius. Thank you, my friend. Comoli understood we need to sign 2 strikers, 2 midfielders, 2 center backs, left back, and said we need to pay the least amount of money for the goalkeeper. What's the salary of this guy? Huh? It's a joke. Ah. Okay. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. No, it was gross. It was gross. Okay. I was about to vomit. €3 million fix, 750 bonus. No, I agree. The goalkeeper position is an important one. We have seen it this year, guys. We've seen it this year, how important the goalkeeper is, especially, you know what? Because, can I tell you a secret? But don't tell it to anybody, yeah? Can I tell you a secret? Don't tell it to anybody. Promise. Promise it that you will not repeat what I'm telling you. At a certain moment of the season, the players were not taking any accountability anymore when we were conceding a goal. when we were drawing a game, when we were losing a game. Because they said, but no, it's not because of us. It's because every time we do our job, but every time that they shot, they score. It was the easy scapegoat, and they were right, in Di Gregorio, but that doesn't mean that they were doing a great job. But it was easy to say, no, it's not about they were right, Neven. They were also bad. You know? They were also bad. But it was the excuse. No, it's because of Di Gregorio. So for me, there is a problem here with the coach. The coach should have understood that situation, saying, okay, I will take the alibi out of it. Let's remove the alibi, like he did when he was at a certain moment. But he needed to remove also in the last games, and he didn't until the last one that was unnecessary. When Perin was back, he was out for 2 weeks. When he was back, he should have taken again the spot. He waited too long. He should have put aside the alibi. So the goalkeeper is extremely important. Super important, guys. Then I consider the De Gea still valid. But you know what I would do then? If really this is the goalkeeper, then I bring back immediately Dafara, and I play Dafara already. Coppa Italia, Europa League group stage, so 8 games. Look, Dafara, 8 games of Europa League, minimum. So the big part. 2, I let him play Coppa Italia, you never know how many games, a maximum of 5, and I let him play 25% of Serie A. And then we have Tafara and De Gea. Because it's a bad news. Atletico Madrid wants to keep Nico Gonzalez and is looking for a discount that we always said. With Juventus, they also spoke about Oblak. You remember when I told you here on the channel, when was it? 2 days ago, the people that were here, what did I tell you? Go and take Oblak. Go and take Oblak. Try for Oblak. When we missed on Alisson, try for Oblak. It's the obvious thing to do because they want to keep Nico. We are looking for a goalkeeper. It's a goalkeeper that is in exit. But then, probably Juve, they did the same. And that's the problem. Look, guys, I didn't need Di Marzio to tell me, but the problem is this, guys. Look, he's earning 10 million fixed plus 2.5. And the problem is that he has a contract until 2028, which means that if he just sits on the bench or even at home, doing like this, he earns let's say that we remove the bonus. We remove the bonus because he's not playing a single minute. 20 million euro net. That's what he has guaranteed. So if you give a goalkeeper of, how old is he? We said it last time, I forgot. 33. If you give a goalkeeper of you cannot give him 10 years. So if you give him a contract of 3 years, which is reasonable, no? If you give him 5 million euro, 5 million euro net, which is a lot for a goalkeeper, 5 million euro net. That was what was agreed with Alisson. In 3 years, at Juve, he earns 15. So, usually, how can you attract these kind of players? If you tell them, okay, you have 2 years of contract, 10 and 10 is 20. I give you 5 years of contract. And I give you 6 million per year. 6, 12, 24, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. 5 years of contract. At the end, 5 years, you have 30. You have security. You will have more at the end. You have a long contract. You don't even need to think about it because then you're... But when he's 33, you cannot do that. You know what I mean? So sometimes players, they reduce what they have net because they know that they have a longer contract and that at the end they will earn more. So sometimes they do that, but you cannot now go with a goalkeeper that has 2 years and at the end he will earn more than if he comes 3-4 years at Juve. Even 5 million, 5 million for 4 years, you arrive at equal. So it's tough, huh? It's tough. And that's why we anticipated 2 days ago. I said, go for him. We saw the contract. We said, it's really a tough one. And here they are telling us that we tried. We do it good, huh? And then we saw that it's really high as contract. I will close the poll that we launched earlier. Is Sorloth the correct 1 out of 2? Where 62% of the people said, yes, Beppe, he is the answer. Maybe he's a Juventino. I doubt it, Abai. But again, it's about salary, guys. You cannot give 10 million euro to Oblak. No? We are not speaking about prime Buffon, even if Oblak is a good goalkeeper. Huh? Really good goalkeeper. Now pay attention to that little rat here. This guy. Florentino Perez. Promised 150 million euro player. He is young. He is a Galactico. And I think he said he's not from Premier League. This guy, when he is obsessed, he scares me. From a Champions League team. But maybe he doesn't even know. Maybe he thinks. Maybe he thinks. I give you an offer, guys. I give you an offer. I don't tell you until the poll is live. Be ready. It's a big offer. You can vote. Don't be emotional. Take your time before clicking. 3, 2, 1. The poll is live. The poll is Florentino Perez knocks at your door and he tells you, look, I give you Camavinga plus Brahim Diaz plus 35 million euro. But you give me Yildiz. Yes or no? Don't be reactionary. Think about it. Camavinga is a midfielder you need. Brahim Diaz is a player that Spalletti asked. I'm reading you, guys. If it was Bellingham and not Camavinga, I would say yes, Camoranesi. Give me someone else. Yeah, but someone else. That's the deal. Take it or leave it. LJJ is saying you never sell your best player, which is not true if you support Juve, because LJJ, you know, that has never been a rule. Actually, we sold a lot of time our best players, but we were able to replace them and to create new best players. I need to send a message because, guys, I will not sleep on it about the goalkeeper. Guys, I need to stay awake. What do I mean? I need to control that. Give me a second. I will try to send a vocal message. I need to understand for De Gea if I receive the answer. I need to understand. I really need to understand that. And not because... Oh, guys, I tell you, before I go, I tell you, here. Oh, we don't like Comoli, we don't like Comoli. The guy is fast, huh? He is fast. You remember when I told you here, I will judge him on timing. Dusan Vlahovic, gone, big contacts for Sorloth, already with the player done, with the club now. We tried for the goalkeeper that I was asking. Here, Atletico Madrid and Juventus are close to reaching an agreement. Nico Gonzalez for a fee around 27-28. Oh, ragazzi, 27-28. We had an agreement for 32. For a player that wanted to stay there, we had an agreement of 32. It's 5 million euro for a player that was injured a lot of the time. I don't want to praise Comoli too much. But tell me where I need to put the checks, huh? At the moment. Which means nothing. But it's fast. C'est pas comme ça. Bam, 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 bam. Greenwood, Roma, attenzione. Greenwood, Roma, attenzione. Gasperini is not one that is staying awake of what happened in the past, the morality. He wants to win. He wants the player that is top. He said, I have no morality on that. If Marseille, he played, if the world of football is letting him play, I take him. So pay attention to Greenwood, Roma, attenzione. So now I have sent the message because I need to know about De Gea. So give me a second. I come back because we need to speak about De Gea and the other news because it's not over yet. It will not be 3 hours, but stay with me. Bear with me. I come back. Okay, for the people that are here, does it interest you or not? Or maybe I need to answer also a question. I need to answer 3 questions here from Ali and from Shams. But before that, are you interested to know about the player? Because I didn't receive yet the answer about De Gea. I'm waiting for that answer. The poll, you said no. I guess you don't want Camavinga, Brahim Diaz. So you want to know who is the player from Real Madrid? They didn't tell me the name. They told me, Beppe, it's easy. You want a clue? You want an advice? Go. Guess the food, I think. Wait. Gestifute. He said, Beppe, go on Transfermarkt and you look at the players that are managed by Jorge Mendes. Guys, Jose Mourinho had an agreement for I don't know how many years with Benfica. Jorge Mendes freed him up, but of course, you need a counterpart. If we eliminate the Premier League players and we focus on a player that is playing Champions League. So Champions League, no Premier League. It's not Olise. It's a young player. You go into the agency of Jorge Mendes. Yamal, no. Okay? Yamal, no. He can go for the guess that we had, Vitinha, but is he considering him young? The other player of 150 million euro is Joao Neves. I don't think that he wants to go for Zaire Emery. And then you have players that are worth way less. It's between Vitinha and Joao Neves. It's as easy as that. Some people are saying, Beppe, it's Kvaratskhelia. But Kvara is not in the agency of Jorge Mendes. Diomande Liverpool. Oh, guys, it's an offensive player. Not playing in the Premier League, not Olise. Vitinha or Joao Neves. It's Chico. But we are not playing the Champions League. No, I think at the moment it's better not to try to take players from Atletico Madrid. They are not that happy at the moment. Joao Neves or Vitinha. Beppe, put a poll for the second striker now. Kolo Muani, Mateta or Jesus. I have news about Gabriel Jesus. But first of all, I need to respect the people that are helping me to continue to put some work here on the channel. Shams. Thank you, my friend, from Canada. I will take 150 million instead. No players is the answer of Shams about Kenan Yildiz. So he's ready to sell Kenan Yildiz for 150 million cash. And some people were agreeing with him. Ali. Thank you, my friend. Beppe, what happened to the old logo, to the old good days? Now, I'm used to the old logo. To the old good days when clubs in Europe used to bring talented players from South America and Africa. It's not the case anymore. But South America you still have, huh? Mastantuono is one of them. Hendrik is another one. Estevao is another one. I believe from South America there is. The only difference is they always go to the same clubs. They are bought by multi-owned clubs. They are sending them usually for a year or two to their second club. Strasbourg, Troyes, these kind of teams. And then if they are really good, they are promoted to the big team. That's clubs in Europe, so I think that South America is still a good one. For Africa, Um, I don't know, honestly. I don't know about the development of players in Africa. I know that a lot of African origin players, they are a lot of them are born in Europe. Are born in Europe. They go to big academies. Today, with multi ethnicity, French, Italian, English, much more than in the past, they are closer to you. So you don't need that much, that big, huge scouting system in Africa, I believe. But I can be wrong because I'm not an expert on it. But it's like that since years, huh? Who are, if you're looking at the big African players that were recruited in Africa, from there, and made a step to the clubs in Europe, who are we thinking about? I'm just trying to refresh my memory. South America, it's still, to me, it's still the case. For Africa, I'm just trying to think who are the big ones that are coming from there. Essien, Salah, Drogba. We are speaking about Eto'o, Mané, Osimhen, Yaya Touré. I don't double check. I trust you guys. Huh? Are we sure they didn't do youth academy in some European clubs before? Semenyo, Asamoah, Olise, Apia, Gian, Montari. Hey, there are some beautiful names there. JJ Okocha. Hey, there are some big names. I don't know what happened. Jack Passy is saying most of those players were already in France. It could be. I'm scared to be wrong. Wea is one of the names that I was thinking about. Wea George, huh? Papa. Sissoko. Sissoko, guys. Sissoko is. I'm not sure, guys. Huh? Yaya Touré played in Belgium, Beveren. Obafemi Martins, Thuram, Papa. Did I receive an SMS? SMS, it's a long time ago, I didn't hear that word. Yeah. It's, the person has read my message, but he doesn't answer. So I launched him again. They told me about Perez. They didn't tell me about De Gea. I will not sleep. I tell you, I will not sleep if they don't tell me the answer. How can I sleep? Attenzione! Joyeux anniversaire. Happy birthday to Pierre Kalulu. Happy birthday to Pierre Kalulu. I didn't know it was today. Happy birthday, Pierre Kalulu. Guys. To me, it's Vitinha or Joao Neves. But anyway, it seems like we are stuck with leftover. But this is something that I always said, but not about Juve, about Italian clubs in general, that we will do or end of career players or homegrown talents, but it's difficult if you don't invest, or recycled players. Because that's what I was explaining last time. Premier League. In the past, it was like the 6 top teams that had the money they were spending, and people wanted to go to the top 6, top 5, top 4, top 6. Or from top 4 it went to top 6, and then it's top 10. Now it's already top 15. Huh? How many players today they say, oh, I go to Brentford, I go to Bournemouth, I go to Newcastle, I go to Crystal Palace. It's Premier League. So, but even there, even with the top 15 of Premier League, that can go, that can spend, that can do, at a certain moment, the spaces are limited. You can have 40 players if you want, but then it's a max. It's too much. You cannot anymore. So you need to send. And what do? As an Italian club, you're waiting that the Premier League says, we don't like him anymore. Because we found a new jewel. We have a new player that we believe in. Because a player that we have sent in our second team is doing well and we want to promote him. And then you wait. And sometimes you're lucky. McTominay was a finished player. Sometimes you're lucky. Højlund did a really good one. Buonanotte, Robbie. Did a good one, good season at a certain moment. So sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not lucky, but you wait for leftovers. So it's true, Ali. Driss, thank you, my friend. I would do it without hesitation. 3 good players for a rising star will help us compete sooner. I love Yildiz, but no player is bigger than my beloved Juve. So answering actually the poll that we have put on a bit earlier. So Driss is going in reverse mode. He says, I take them. But I said 2 players, not 3. I said Camavinga, Brahim Diaz, and I didn't say Camavinga, Brahim, Diaz, and 35. I said 2 players plus 35. Marcelo is asking, who would you want as a player that is a bit less known? And then I reverse the questions to you guys. Help me. Who are the players today that are a bit less known, a bit less, that we said, invest on these guys? Koulirakis, is that a name that is a bit less known, that could help us? The right winger, not Alay Begovic that is playing on the left, but the other one that is playing on the right, Bajraktarevic, something like that. Caretsas, Dion Beljo, Emega, but pay attention to Emega, guys, because I don't know if he's that not known. Chan Udzun, Liberal is a good call. Liberal is a good call. Buonanotte, Vlida. Brahim Diaz joining Juve. Yes. Guys, don't troll. If you troll, we ban. That's something that during the Mercato is a serious thing. We don't troll with Mercato. Don't play with Mercato. It's even worse than spoiling the result of football. The cat, Jacob. Pay attention to Ajax. Pay attention to Ajax, because with the new boss, the new sporting director, Cruyff, apparently there could be a revolution there at Ajax, and Mika Götze could potentially leave. I don't know if it's a player that Juve is interested in that can go for. Arthur Atta is. Zabi Lamagie, but Zabi Lamagie goes to Paris FC. Pay attention to Paris FC. I told you, they have money. They will invest. They will spend. Pay attention. The guy from Bari on loan from Napoli. Left winger 2006. He seems interesting. The guy from Bari on loan from Napoli. Who are you speaking about? Rao. Emanuele Rao. I have no problems in going. I have no problems in going in Serie B to find a few talents. Why not? The problem is that he's already owned by Napoli. He's on loan at Bari. That is actually the multi-ownership of Napoli. It's managed by his son, De Laurentiis' son. So forget about it. Too late. If he's from... you forget about it. Zaki Warfa. Beppe, I just joined and I want to say I'm happy about the... I don't doubt about it, Zaki. I know you really well. Looking at what he delivered and what he cost us, if anything, he owes us money. I agree with you. Zaki has been with Steve Slick, I believe, the early... I will exaggerate, it's not really that, but the early anti-Vlahovic. I wanted to say the haters of Vlahovic, but the anti-Vlahovic. Zaki and Steve Slick, from the, if my memory is working, they have been the really early anti-Vlahovic. Yeah. I've been quite fast on the anti-Vlahovic. I've been quite fast. If I go by memory, by memory, I stopped believing in Dusan at the end of year 2. So the first half year, fan of Dusan. Second year, I started to identify, to spot, to see some things, and then I said, let's wait a bit, let's wait. Yeah, but look, this. Yeah, but this. And then immediately I stopped. So yeah, for me it was season, when was it? Season 22, 23. After that one, it was over. It was over with me. With my... And I tell you, more we went, more he frustrated me. More he was a frustrating player to watch. Annoying one. Fernandez Pardo, that just became Belgium. I heard some big teams are ready to put some cash. DV9 stats are actually close to the one of Pipita. He caught a tough period. To be honest, the lack of trophies made him look worse. That's the opinion of Miroslav. Look at the impact of Higuain when he arrives, and then you need also to check the second pair of Higuain, because there is a Higuain 1.0 and there is a Higuain 2.0. The first one was a beast. I've never seen Dusan Vlahovic reaching half of what Higuain 1.0 brought to Juve. Never. I've never, even if in the best version of Dusan Vlahovic was miles away from what Higuain brought. Beppe, why no more World Cup? You know why? Because I started again. It's true. I started again the lives in here. There were so much things to say about Juve to follow that in the morning I'm a bit tired. I have all, you know that I'm also on Juventus. I spend a lot of time on Juventus, which is where I did in the month of May 25, only the month of May, 25 times from 12 to 1. So even sometimes in the weekend I'm there, from 12 to 1. Plus some things, plus some podcast for Spotify with them, plus this, plus so. But yeah, I still have 5. I will never be able to do the 48, so I think that I will still do the 5 videos, upload them, and then maybe if I have an opportunity for one more, maybe I can do. But I think that will be it. I couldn't. I lost my challenge because Juve got in the way, and I didn't anticipate that end of season, the problems inside of Juve, because to tell you as much as possible from inside information, from you need to keep up with everything, and not only with one source and just reading a bit of a, because reading on social media can be one thing, but to really understand you need to listen to different things. You need to call, you need to speak, you need to understand, they need to explain you, and then you need to understand who is close to Juve from the Spalletti side, who is close to Juve from the Comoli side, who is more close to the ownership, to the players, to the fitness. You need to understand to start to build the puzzle. And even there, it's not that you have the correct reality, but it's like a puzzle that you need to take the pieces and be as good as possible to explain it here. And probably I'm spending way too much time. I've seen a lot of people, they go, they speak, and maybe in 26, 27 I will spend a bit less time. I will go with bold statement, I like, I don't like, and so we can do more other things. It depends where you spend your time on. No. I told it yesterday. To me, I don't want any more sun off. Sun off is close to me. Here, an image for you to make you happy. Jonathan David. Did you see Italiano going to Besiktas, Pepe? I don't know if it's a done deal, but yeah, I heard about it. Yeah. I saw the links, Italiano, Besiktas. It's crazy, yeah? What are the other questions, guys, so that we go in closure time? Kessi is still on the list of Comoli. I can continue to confirm that he is on the list of Comoli. Then there are a few things. Spalletti agrees, yes or no, is one thing. Second thing is, what about his salary? Mingueza is a Comoli name, is still available, not that much appreciated by Spalletti. Tognozzi is asked by Spalletti, but to do so you need some changes in the management. Some changes that at today, I'm saying it on the 4th of June, I think that there will be still some changes. High level, I don't think the organization as it is, so Comoli, Chiellini, Modesto, Ottolini, Spalletti, I don't think that this will be the management roster of 26-27. No. So I gave you a big bomba. I don't know if you're already asleep or not, but I gave you a big bomba. I don't think there will be the same. I'm expecting still changes. Let's see how, let's see when. I don't know if it will be one part. I don't know if it will be the other part. I don't know if it will be everyone. I think there will be some changes. This 384 people are watching the live. Only 210 likes. Come on, guys. Please, maximum of likes. So people, you can do it now. Maximum of likes. In the meanwhile, I show you how many Juventini we are here on the channel. 43,469. Can we reach 45 before the end of the Mercato? It's big, eh? 45,000 before the end of the Mercato. Can we reach it? Beppe, what was Dušan's best performance for Juve? Kolo. On these kind of things, I have a bad memory of instant. Yeah, maybe the Coppa Italia final against Atalanta because we won a trophy, because he scored that winning goal. Could be. Crazy enough, I enjoyed his performance against Sporting this year when we did 1-1. Some people are saying Leipzig. He had some good games, but the best game of Dušan, I don't know. How many games did he play? Yesterday we made a calculation. I don't remember here. I have it somewhere on my papers, but boo. $168 games? No, 68 goals. 68 goals, but maybe also 164 games or something. I don't know. Lazio with Allegri 2 goals. Could be. I don't know. Cristiano Ronaldo, I know. Cristiano Ronaldo against Atletico Madrid, easy. Paulo Dybala against Barcelona. Vlahovic, I don't know. Really a standout game of Dušan. Don't remember. Zaki. Thank you, my friend. I finally gave. Let's see if we increased. We increased a bit the likes. I finally gave up when I watched him getting bullied by half of his size Gary Medels against Bologna. I said again and again, give the same chance to Moise Kean. Yes, last year against the 19-year-old Leoni. Yeah, guys, it's crazy, but maybe I was so frustrated that I have more bad memories of Dušan. I remember him getting pocketed by Leoni, 19 years old last season. Do you remember or not? Do you remember how frustrated it was? Leoni took Vlahovic and he put him here. Against Mina, against, like he said, like Gary Medel, like... how many games? He was totally cancelled. Totally cancelled. Crazy. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Now, 5 more minutes, then we hit the 2 hours and we close. Mamma mia. the performance against Leipzig and Dortmund were world-class GOAT status. Mezzo, the problem is that we are giving GOAT descriptions too easy. World-class, greatest of all time. No, we don't wait for a Gazzetta dello Sport. No. $12 million a year for 10 goals is simply not good. No, it's true. Then, he has been injured also this season. We must admit that as well, but like, give me the. But do you remember the memes online, guys? Do you remember ghosting a few games? Deactivating Instagram. Scoring a goal after 3 months of ghosting against a low middle team. Black and white picture on Instagram without shirt, with a quote, and then ghosting again for 3 months. Do you remember that the memes of the cycle of how we were? It was the reality, guys. Ero Dusan sessuale, adesso non più. Mattia, tell me, when is the moment where you flipped around? I explained when. It was quite fast. Then there are private other reasons. But I will tell you one thing, and this, I hope that at least it's respected from me, and that you appreciate that, because I have been coherent. I never go personal. I never disrespect the person, even if I like or I don't like a player. I don't like that kind of thing because it's not correct. But I have never been a fan of Dusan. Look, I had the opportunity to meet him a few times in real life. I never asked signature or didn't go to him with the big hug and bravo Dusan or a selfie. I don't have a selfie with Dusan. I have a selfie with Kenan, with Kalulu, Kolo Muani, Adzic. I have a lot. Thuram, I spoke with him. I don't have with Dusan. And he was there. No, because I think it's not correct. But Ahmad is saying, I read today that he wasn't positive to the locker room. Guys, I told you this summer, how first was I this summer when Jonathan David that I didn't want. But when he arrived, how first was I when I see the guy is just landing in Torino and the other one is putting Dev at number 9, a Roman number 9. I'm the 9, I'm the boss, I'm the killer here. And it was just disrespectful. This is a sign of toxicity. And guys, the last thing, you know what annoyed a lot of Juventini, even the last ones, it was that sliding celebration against Torino, that unnecessary. It was not even the first goal where you say, oh, maybe we go in Champions League. It was that sliding celebration, guys. Sliding celebration on a 2-0 when you know already that you go in Europa League. That was a difficult one. tomorrow the calendars. Oh, give me who will be the first team that Juventus will face. I think it will be away, if I'm not wrong, because last year we played at home, no? So let me check. I think we played at home against the Parma. Was the first game, no? If I go back in time, the first game was Juve Parma at home. So it will be away. Como away. Boom, immediately. Udinese, Lazio away, Venezia, Frosinone. You know that for the first time they will use AI to make the calendars. I'm a bit scared about that. I tell you the truth. I don't know. In Italy, they are doing these kinds of things. I never understand. By the way, first pages are already there. That we close with the first page. La Gazzetta dello Sport è always Inter. My Inter is always hungry. But guys, you cannot. At a certain moment, you cannot hide it. This is a fan page of Inter. It's like La Gazzetta dell'Inter or Inter Sportivo. Tutto Inter. It's really crazy. Are they speaking about Juve? Yes, they do. They said Juve, they are going on Sorloth with the money of Vlahovic. Tennis. Kivu interview. Palestra. The key is there. Oh, guys, look at these guys. Look at these guys. Inter is pushing. Here is baby Cocchi for Atalanta. The 19 years old. Has the same agent as the Italian player. And Atalanta likes him. They will look at that. Look at these disgusting guys. How much will be the value of Cocchi? They want more than 50 million, right? So Atalanta wants more than 50 million. They want to give Cocchi. Did you ever hear about Cocchi? You know what is the value of Cocchi on transfer market? You know what is the value of Cocchi? 1.5 million euro. They don't speak about value because they are ashamed here. But 1.5 million euro for Cocchi. They are crazy, eh? And it's okay, eh? In Italy, it's all good, all good. Look. I show you. Cocchi, okay? Matteo Cocchi, 19 years old, 1.5, right? He played this season with the next gen of Inter, right? He played. He is left back, left midfield, right? Left back, left midfield. He played 26 games with Inter next gen, 1 goal, 2 assists. Okay, I will compare you with I don't know how to write. I will compare you with Puchka from the next gen, right? Here, David Puchka. David Puchka is worth 500k. 500k, David Puchka, 1.5 for Cocchi. David Puchka played with the next gen regular season, 31 games, 10 goals, 4 assists. 10 goals, 4 assists. The same position, left back, left midfield. One is worth 1.5. One is worth 500k. If we sell him for more than 1 million euro, we have a FBI that is knocking in La Continassa. They will pump up the value of this kit that can maybe even be good. I'm not discussing that I played 1 minute, I believe, in Serie A. Maybe he's even good. Maybe he's really good. I don't know him. But they will pump the value to 5 million. And Atalanta will say yes. Today I saw a Roma fan that made one thing that made me laugh, but actually it was sad. I will show you. It came from a Roma fan, okay? I show you. Wait. It was this, okay? So, make your sale. It's written, right? You can read it. Maybe it's a bit too small, but we don't care. It was written, made your sale. Of course, it's a troll. It's not a reality. It's the game that you are doing. So, 1, the color of your shirt. So, if your color of your shirt is, I don't know, black, for example, it's Kone. 2, the first letter of your surname. So, Giuseppe is G. So, you sell Kone to Inter. But the funny thing is, whatever team here, whatever the letter of your name is Inter. And then they go with 3. 3 is the letter of your name, so the surname and the name. The name is Bognanni, for example, Fratesi plus 4 million. But every option, it was written Fratesi plus 17, Fratesi plus 4, Fratesi plus 29, Fratesi plus 11, Fratesi plus 23, whatever you go. And it's a troll, it's a joke, of course, it's not the reality. But guys, unfortunately, it's more closer to reality than not. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Ok. Anyway, I don't want to speak too much about that. Nasce la nuova Serie A. The new Serie A is born. Tomorrow we'll go live. The 20 clubs that will play in Serie A next year are Atalanta, Bologna, Cagliari, Como, Fiorentina, Frosinone, Genoa, Inter, Juventus, Lazio, Lecce, Milan, Monza, Napoli, Parma, Roma, Sassuolo, Torino, Udinese. We play away from home. Last year we played Parma. Udinese is always a great pick. I go with Venezia. I go with Venezia. Monza away for Abai. I go with Venezia. So what are they saying about Juve, except of that? Attenzione! Attenzione! There is the first yes of Kim Min-jae. But Bayern wants a lot of money. Sorloth, serious business. The defender would love to come back in Serie A, but the first request of the German team is 40 million euro. You know what, guys? I don't sell, but tell me if I'm wrong or not. I don't sell Bremer for 45 and I replace him with Kim. No? With all the respect. What are you speaking about? Makes totally no sense. Also because the salary is really expensive, the one of Kim. Huh? Ma. And then huh? But the rest is not that important. Sorloth, Kim. It's not the referee case. It's called Silenziopoli. Silenziopoli. Because nobody can speak about it. Nobody is allowed to speak about it. I didn't receive any answer about De Gea, which means that I will go to sleep. Thiago Gabriel, there was a club on Thiago Gabriel, and it's not Juve. No, I stop, Jan. You want Gabriel Jesus? Yeah, I can tell you that. You want Gabriel Jesus news? No, there is nothing. Gabriel Jesus is a no. So no for Gabriel Jesus. It's not. And then Rob Lewandowski saying Beppe, as a Norwegian, thank you my friend for your donation. As a Norwegian, I think that Sorloth will improve Juve. There is one rule that I have. I don't trust opinions from people from the same country of a player. Never. They might be right, but I don't trust them first. I don't trust them. No, because I saw, mamma mia, this year, last year, the year before. Every time that I was speaking about Vlahovic, I saw an armada of people ending with itch, and they were saying, nah, good, fantastic, what are you saying? He saved Juve, wait, that Allegri is because of Allegri, Thiago Motta is a coward, and then this and this. People that were finishing with itch, I was like halving their opinion. Jonathan David, I have been in Toronto. Mamma mia, they were speaking about Ronaldo, the Brazilian prime. 98 without injury. That's how they were describing Jonathan David to me. And that's why I always say, no, you know why? Because we want them to do well. We want them to do well. Like, for example, me. I live in Belgium. I could have, a bit that, Belgian players will do well. I hope they will do well at Juve. If you go in history of Juve, how many Belgian players did well at Juve? We had to wait for Douda Peters for his first appearance as a Belgian player to the first team. We were speaking about 3-4 years ago. There were no Juve players from Belgium in first team. The first goal we had to wait last year, Bangula. Bangula that doesn't go to the World Cup. Connie de Winter played 2-3 games, I believe. Belgian players at Juve. There is no history of Belgian players that did well. So when there is a Juve player that is from Belgium and is linked to Juve, I always have my doubts, like, Then they can be good, but it's not because I live in Belgium that I'm always calm on that. Rob, how do you think Norway will do in the World Cup? Look, I was today editing the video about Norway that should, I hope, to put it out tomorrow, really. With Eric, really great video. And watching them, following them a bit, they have a good team, huh? They have a good team. They have a really good team. They are impressive. Also, the group stage of Norway, they should easily go through. Easily go through for Norway. They are in the group with... no, sorry. It's a difficult one. It's a really difficult one. They have France, Senegal, Iraq, and Norway. It's probably the most difficult group of all of them. I'm sorry. No, it's a tough group. It's really a tough group. But no, I believe that they will go through. I even think that they can win against France. I even think that they will win against France. They play Iraq, Senegal, and then France. But they are really good. They are really, really good. And now it's time to go to bed. They have a good team. Offensively, midfield. They have good defenders. They have a good team. Yes, Spain did 1-1 against Iraq. I always pay attention to really judge these kind of games because the players, they need to start again. There are a lot of tests. They are always trying to be a bit more safe than they usually do because how many players for a few days they miss the World Cup. So it's always tricky. So there is a new confirmation by Nikos Kira that just arrived. Juventus could use Nico Gonzalez as a counterpart to try to sign Alexander Sorloth from Atletico Madrid. Expect direct talks in the next days. Can we say welcome Alexander already? I think it will. I think it's yeah, but how much will they sell him? Guys. How much will they sell him? Let me check one thing before, because it's good, all well, all good, all great, but he has a contract until when? Let's do a bit of math. Until 2028. They sign him for 32 when? Let me check. They signed him for 32 in 24. So that's 24, 25, 25, 26. That's 2 seasons. 2 seasons, and he received a contract of 4 years. So you need to calculate that in the books. 32 divided by 4 years, it's 8 million per season. So 32 minus 8, it's 16. Is still worth 16 million euro in the financial books. Not worth as a player, but to not lose any money, Atletico Madrid cannot sell him under 16 million euro. Okay? But no, they will not go for the clause. All the players in Spain, they are forced to have a clause, but they will not pay 35. You need to look at the books. So the books are saying 16 million euro, and with that, they don't go in minusvalenza. 16, he's 30. Nico Gonzalez from Juve is 28, so he's 2 years younger. Has been 1 year on loan. We signed him, they say here, for how much? Can we stop these kind of things? We signed him from Fiorentina for 28 plus a loan fee of 8 million euro. That is already paid, the loan fee, 28. Contract until 29. We signed him in 24. It's that, guys. I think that's what they will ask. They will probably, because they already paid something, we agreed on 32, they will decrease there. It will be a Sorloth plus 5 million or something like that for Nico Gonzalez. To me, Sorloth is Dusan Vlahovic with 4 years older in terms of technical abilities. Then the big question is, what about his mental? Is he stronger than Dusan mentally? Usually, Norwegian players are a bit stronger. No, Coque, I asked, there was nothing. Oblak, they tried, but salary. Molina has never been a name, and it's good because he has been bad. Personality is super important. What? Beppe, why not sell Dusan now instead of keeping a player that does not want to stay? Huh? I don't get it. Maybe it's because I'm tired. But I'm tired, I think. Can someone explain me? Mikey, mortadella. Explain me, please. What does that mean? What mortadella? Please, mortadella, explain. What do you mean? Where were you yesterday? Today? And actually, Neugas is right. It's 1 year old because you cannot even sell him since 1 year. So, allora, just to make it clear, last year of contract, you cannot sell a player anymore. It's over from January on. So from January, you could have sell him in January maybe, but since then it's over. You cannot sell him. Uno. Two. The player is gone. He's not there anymore. That was the big news yesterday. Now it happened. Maybe he had no internet connection. Maybe, can you imagine Mortadella says, I have no internet connection. The only time that I connect is once a week. Once a week, and I connect to speak with Beppe. And we are actually laughing about Mortadella. This is not good. Never laugh about the Mortadella. Mortadella is actually really great. Rob, the last message. Top 4. The Wire, Gomorrah, Soprano, and Breaking Bad. Allora, I will be extremely unpopular. on that one. First of all, I have absolutely never watched The Wire. So, I don't know. Maybe good, maybe bad, I don't know. Oh, big scores. So, I have no idea. Maybe I can watch it today. I have no idea. So I cannot put it. Gomorrah 2, Breaking Bad 1. The Sopranos, guys, I know that I will have no friends anymore and 50% of the channel will unsubscribe. But mamma mia. I gave it 3 chances in different periods of my life. The first time I tried, I fell asleep at episode 1. The second time, I fell asleep at episode 1. The third time, and at the moment is the last time that I tried, I pushed until episode 3. I think it's the most overrated show ever. But I think it's a nostalgia show. I think it's a nostalgia show for Italo-Americans that watched it years ago and that spoke about it like the GOAT series, because it's probably a really good series. Yeah? I think it's a good series that has been written well. It's intelligent. There are jokes. But I really believe that you need to be Italo-American first to really understand that culture. And it's really vintage. Maybe if you watch it like 15 years ago, it would be. It's like if you watch, for example, Lost. Lost is considered for a lot of people the game changer in series world, because Marcello, I'm watching in English. Of course, I'm watching in English. So Lost is the game changer in the way of how you consumed series from back then. Now it changed again, but back then it was a phenomenon. It was totally different. And it was fantastic. Lost. If you're watching it again now, it will be different. It will be totally different. So I think, yeah, you need to be first Italo-American, or knowing the culture, or maybe you live in America and you know a lot of people that are Italo-American. 1, 2, you need to have maybe watched it like 10 years ago. And maybe, because some people, they told me, Pepe, continue. You know, I will tell you something, guys. I asked a lot of time to friends, and a lot of people are telling me, Beppe, it's fantastic, it's great. And the last time I said, yeah, but I tried 3 times. And they said, Beppe, push, persevere. I said, yeah, but until when? When will it? Beppe, push. You know what they told me? Beppe, push until season 4. I said, what do you mean? What do you mean? They didn't tell me until episode 4. They said to me, push and persevere until season 4. I promise you it's true. That's what they told me. Season 4. But do you really believe that? Because usually I start a series, when I stop the lives, I watch like 2-3 episodes, sometimes 1, depending how much I'm tired. But you think really that I will watch a show where I fall asleep at episode 1, and you think that I will really persevere 4 seasons long to maybe say, but actually it was good, you were right. No. I cannot push. I stopped it. No, I agree, Thomas, of course. But I'm wrong, huh? I'm probably wrong, because if you go on The Sopranos, and it's considered a masterpiece, huh? 9.2, 92%, but whatever. Even if you go on other sites and you ask the question, a lot of people. So I'm not saying it's something bad. I said that, to me, it's influenced by a culture. It's maybe ratings from back then a bit. It got a bit old. It's slow, and it's not about being slow. Because I saw a lot of things that are slow. I love them. I saw so many movies that are slow that are really, really great. It's just that I don't get through. The guy is crying to the psychologist in episode 1. He's there in his seat. I don't know. He's speaking with the pigeons in the lake, in the swimming pool. He's depressed. What does he want? But no, but the mafia is not depressed, guys. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I tried, huh? Then the mother is not happy. Really bad. I fell asleep in the cinema. I promise you it's true. But really bad. It's I go in Belgium. They have that habit that some movies, they split into. There is even a 10 minutes interval, so that you can go to the PP room, and then you can go also to buy some more popcorn. And the first part was really annoying, so I fell asleep a bit. Then I woke up again, and the second part was a bit better. I must say the second part was a bit better. When I took a Red Bull, was a bit better. But I on Letterboxd I gave it a 2.5. 2 on 5. 2 stars on 5. No, the series was not bad of the Mandalorian, but it looks like it's recycled the same. There is no suspense. There is nothing. I will not spoil, but there is no there is no suspense. There is no creativity. It's the same. It looks like it's like, okay, die. Let's make them happy. And I've always been a huge, big movie fan since I'm a kid. Just Marcello. Like this. So I've always been a fan. I was kid. The first thing that I was doing when I was like 13, 14 and I could go alone, I went alone or with a friends. I went to the cinema and I went a lot of time because I really enjoyed it. When I look at that today, an average price for a movie is 20 euro. 20 euro. I went with my wife because my son didn't care. He's studying for the exams. If I spent 40 euro for 2 tickets plus popcorn plus this, I spent like 26 euro. So it's 40 plus 26. It's 66 plus the Red Bull that I took because I was falling asleep was 4 euro 50. So let's say I spent 70 euro. And then I'm expecting something more qualitative. It looks like it's done for fans. Like, okay, here, again, another one. Let's pump. It's a pity. It's really a pity. It's expensive, huh? But you know that today it's even difficult to go for a dinner for 70 euro. I went with my wife. Last time we went, walking because we had to buy something for my son. I offered him the iPad because for the studies and anything like that. And then we said, you know what? We were with two. I said, let's go and let's eat something. It was not even dinner. It was lunch. And she said, but they're doing really great burgers. Where was it? I tell you, it's quite no. Apparently, I didn't even know. I will tell you. Huh? It was. I die. Was it after Sicily? Ah, bravo. Here. Huggy. Do you know that? Huggies. Huggies, it's called. Yeah, here. Do you know that? Huggies. Look, burger. My wife, she took that as a burger. I took this one, kind of barbecue burger. I promised you it was really good. I promised you it was really good. But mamma mia, it was like, how much? 20 euro or something like that for one burger. One. I went crazy. I said to my mom, they are crazy. And you know what really annoyed me even more? The fact that you had to spend money also for the fries. So they don't even give you the fries. But can you imagine? Look, I will show you. Can we go to the menu with the prices? Book. No, I don't want to book. I want to give me the delivery and take out. Here. Brussels. Show me the menu. I'm not lying. I'm not lying, yeah? Yeah, but I don't care. Here. I'm not lying. You see? 17.50 for a burger. 15, 17, 15, 17, 18. 20.5 for a burger. It's not huge, huh? They were good. I promise you they were good. That I agree. They were good. And then they make you pay 3.5 for fries. 3.5 for fries. But I never paid in my life for fries when you take a burger or when you go to the restaurant. And then you want a sauce, 1.30. So I took mayonnaise a light. It was really good. 1.30. It's crazy. I understand the inflation and this and that, but and then we went out of the restaurant, and because my wife said, it's good. Did you like? Yeah, I like it, but I said it's expensive. I said, but it's it's good. I said, yeah, it's good, okay, but we just ate a burger at lunch. A burger at lunch. I didn't eat, I don't know, a 3-course menu where you say, well, I understand, it's the dinner. I understand it's an experience. It was not an experience. I went for a burger. It was a good burger, but it's a burger. And I think it's really disgusting that you make me pay how was it? 3.5 euro for French fries, and they were not even a lot. You know how much you need to give me French fries for filling up my belly. Then the world is crazy. When Nero is saying with 70 you can go for a nice dinner. No, you cannot go for a nice dinner. You cannot anymore. Also, it's true. It's a long time ago that I didn't went for a kebab that I love, but for euro it was even cheaper. But now it's like 9 euros. It's more than double the price that they were. You cannot anymore. It was confronting how expensive things are today. And you cannot do anything anymore. You cannot do anything. It's all normal that a kebab is 9 euro, that a burger is 20 euro, that on top of that you need to pay your fries. So it's not 20, it's 20 plus the fries plus the you cannot anymore. You go to the cinema. I have one son. 3-person, 20, it's 60 without taking it. So it's 100 euro to go to a movie. Then on top of that, it's a shit movie. So you cannot anymore. You cannot, and I'm speaking, of course, every country has their own currency and the taxes, and it changes. But just to tell you, and that's the same in every country, you cannot live anymore. Entertainment, it's taken away from you, except if you are rich. Yeah, but you cannot compare a country with another country, because you're telling me, I don't know how it works in Canada, but for example, I know that in US, for example, you don't pay immediately the taxes, but then you pay the tips, and then you pay this later, but the salary are much higher. In Belgium, they take away more than 50% of your salary. Yeah, they tax you a lot in Belgium. So of course it changes where you live. No, bravo, Jacob. It depends where you live, but I think that the concept is the same everywhere. And I know, I know, Sam. Thank you for 33 months, my friend. But the concept is the same. The concept is in 2026, it's extremely difficult to live and have a bit of entertainment or to enjoy life because you want to go out and they destroy you. Yeah, you can go for a walk in a park. This is at today still free, but I would not be surprised that in 2-3 years they will let you pay just for a walk in the park, which is really sad because how do you do? I have one son. It's difficult. Imagine you have 2-3 kids. How do you do? How on earth do you do? I think it's sad. Really sad. Because you need a bit of fun. You want to go on holiday, it's expensive. You made me sad, guys. Someone said earlier, now you know how Komoli is feeling on the market. But it's true also the salaries and it's like go crazy. Because of you, Nero. Yeah. No, I said I don't like to talk about politics. But it is a political, of course. Of course. And Dushan is the rich spoiled boy. And he's complaining. And he's crying about it's not enough. And there are some people that are living in a total different reality. At Colombia right now is almost expensive in cities like Bogota and Medellin, but the salary is way worse. Yeah, but yeah, I understand. It's crazy. Yeah, I consider myself also lucky. You know, with Juve, I had the opportunity to visit USA. I went when when I was a kid to Canada. That was the only time. I was 14, I believe, with my parents. That was the only big holiday that we could because my parents they saved money for a really long time where we didn't go on holiday because they wanted one day to go to Canada because we had family there. But then I cannot afford to go to Canada with my wife and with my son. It's expensive. You go with travel, hotel, you need, and I'm someone I don't like. If I'm on holiday, I don't like to pay attention to. I cannot spend. I cannot go to the restaurant. I need to pay attention. So I prefer not going than going and not being able to spend anything. So I consider myself lucky. You know, I went to USA. I visited Philadelphia, Washington, New York, Orlando, Boston. I'm really lucky. I've visited nearly the entire Italy from top to south, from north to south, from east to west with Juve. I've been to Dortmund. I went back to Madrid. So I consider myself lucky, but it's because of work. Otherwise, never. No, me now they will go on tour in Australia, in Hong Kong. I would be happy to go for Juve, but also because it's a lifetime opportunity. Maybe that's why he wanted more money, because he likes the burgers. I said it earlier, but imagine you have a job like this, making millions, and still ask for more money instead of better career path in bigger club. Money now really runs football more than ever. Yeah, but they are out of reality, huh? You see, the problem today that we hear about the reports is not like I'm sad I cannot stay here. I'm pissed off because you're letting me go while I'm much. He didn't say I am stronger than David. He said, you want to pay me like David? Which is a different perspective. In today's world, it's not who has the biggest career. It's who has the biggest salary. It's the wrong start. Guys, it's the wrong start. Because you're out of reality. Jonathan David came on a free to replace you. That's why he's earning 6, because he was on a free to replace you and should have been the starter. Nobody knew that he would have been that bad when we signed him. Jonathan David will not stay at Juve. Maybe he will stay one more year and he will have a chance to do better. And if he does better, then probably the 6 million will be justified. If not, he will leave this year or next year because he didn't live up to the 6 million. That's why he received 6 to be the starter. He is not worth it. He will leave. But you were not worth 12 million. Nobody said, but you're not worth 12. You know what I mean? It's problematic, guys. It's money is a problem. Anyway, guys, we said we would stop. We said we would stop at 1 hour 45. We are here at 2 hours 52. Still speaking about burgers. You know how hungry I am now. Mamma mia! I would love to spend 20 euro on Huggies. I'm hungry, mamma mia! And I tell you one thing, they were really good. They were really, really good. But against who are you playing, Jan? Is there now a game? Czechia. If Pavel Nedved is playing, I will check as well. Let me check. You're playing against Guatemala at 2 a.m. Who is starting? Even Sofa scored. They said, "No, I'm going to bed. I have no time to put the lineups of Czechia, Guatemala. I go to bed." Even them, they said, "I go away." Everyone is angry. Everyone is angry. Even Sofa scored. They said, "We don't care about that game. We skip." Is it available on DAZN? Let me check. DAZN. Maybe DAZN. Even DAZN, you will see. Oh no, DAZN is awake. You know what? I will watch the first half. Yeah, even start. Sorloth, I think it's close. I die. Now we really close the live. A domani. Ciao ciao.